Awesome. Okay, well, I want to welcome each of you guys here to our Start Rebels Zoom Room virtual meeting. This is like our biz basics, all right, and beyond. And thank you to each and every one of you that have supported this call since we started. We started in February, and we've been going strong. I've spoken to some of the different people who have been supporting this call since the beginning. We're going to make a few adjustments after celebration. So what we're looking to do, and I'm looking for all of your feedback. Obviously, this call is for you, so it's not up to me to decide what's best for the crew. So I'd love to have some of your feedback. But what we've been thinking about doing is that after celebration, going to a bi-weekly format, and the first Sunday of each month will be a welcome call. And it'll be a welcome call for new people that are sharing. So new people that are open to sharing Isagenix. So basically, it'll be the biz basics for people that are wanting to learn how to communicate best. What are some of the things, ins and outs of how to share Isagenix? The next 2 weeks, like 2 weeks later, the call would be a training call just like it is right now. So, you know, the reason for wanting to do the switch is number one is that it might be better to kind of streamline who's training, what are the training on, you know, we can keep it really specific. And I've been feeling a little bit like I'm scrambling to fill some places with the call. So what I'd love to do is just keep it power packed for the time frame. Do the schedule until the end of 2016. So we know who is speaking when, so that we all take a turn, which you guys have been amazing at. And so that we just know what's coming up, you know, power content based on what's happening in ISA world, what events are happening, what promotions have we got going on, and that. So does anyone have any initial thoughts on that before I get jumping right into the call here? How do you guys feel about that? Good? Thumbs up on it? Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay, well, I will be sharing more information about that. And what I would really love is if you guys do have any feedback or thoughts after the call, if you want to post them in Start Canada or private message me, that would be amazing. And it would be really great if you guys could share what value have you received from the call, you know, maybe what some of your teammates have received from the call. And if you could start to do even just a quick little video or a comment in Start Canada about it, we can just keep revving up the call and, you know, bringing more people to it. So thank you again. I really appreciate everything that you've done to make this what it is. So just to go right into it, we are, you know, part of Isagenix. We are Start Associates or Start Graduates like myself and some of the other people on the call. I won't mention any names, but we are very passionate about helping transform people's lives physically and financially. We do not make any claims to treat, prevent, cure, or diagnose any illness or disease, nor do we make any claims about what financial returns you could gain by being part of Isagenix. What you put into it, you will receive back from it. We are a health and wellness company, and we are all about helping people with transformations. But no two people are the same, no two bodies are the same, so you will get out of it what you put into it. And the people on the call tonight are going to be sharing some of their amazing transformations, you know, in their bodies and in their lives, and it's strictly based on what they have put into it. So on that note, we have got two beautiful women on the call tonight who are going to be sharing some amazing information. So I hope you have a notepad and a pen so that you can write down some of the pointers that they've got to share with us tonight. So I'm going to introduce you to, first of all, Sabrina. So Sabrina is one of our Start peeps. She is a gorgeous 28-year-old. She hasn't had a birthday. She told me that last, I don't think. She is coming from Brampton tonight on the call, and she started Isagenix a year and a half, probably close to 2 years ago now. And she is an early childhood educator. She was a 3-time champion cheerleader. Whoop, whoop, pom-poms, cheerleader. I don't know if she had pom-poms or what she did, but she is a small business owner also in the fashion industry. And if you haven't seen any of her designs, like, oh my goodness, you definitely want to check out her designs because she's all about helping people get, you know, sparkle, 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 sparkle. And I love it. I love Swarovski crystals, and she crystallizes everything. So you got to check out some of her stuff. And an interesting fact about Sabrina is that she was a Canadian Idol Season 3 Top 100 contestant. So give it up for Sabrina SANCIC, you guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Awesome. Okay, Sabrina, over to you, my friend.
Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me? Perfect. Okay, so basically, I'm going to share my story first and foremost, my 30-second story. So before Isagenix, I was extremely tired. I was overweight, and I was overweight because I was a newlywed. And of course, with newlywed becomes newlywed waking. And being a national champion in all-star cheerleading, I was so used to being that super fit gymnast. And, you know, I was going from back handsprings to a bag of chips every single day. I started to lose my confidence, of course. A friend of mine just reached out to me randomly and said, I did this program and it was awesome. So, you know, I'm going to introduce you to someone and this and that. So I got in touch with Renata Beyondich, and she actually introduced me to the Isagenix system. Within 5 seconds of her telling me about it, I said, I don't even care what it is, just sign me up. And I did it. And within my first 30 days, I lost a total of 28 pounds and 32 inches. So that was like a huge accomplishment for me. So not only did I get my confidence back, my husband got his wife back, and the kids in the classroom, they got their teacher back, which was ultimately very, very important. And of course, in turn, as people started to notice, it became just a natural, organic progression where it came into the business. And all I did was just be social. I was just social. And at first, from somebody who was hiding behind everything because I was like on the stage all the time, I was no stranger to it. And then I was kind of hiding behind stuff. But then now I got back that light, that sparkle, and I became more social. So my piece basically that I wanted to touch upon was the business of being social. And that's what makes this business so exciting, because we all came into it either wanting to get more energy, lose some weight, whatever the reasons may be. And every single one of you on the call is, you have your own story and reasons as to why you got started. So of course, you're naturally sharing things on a regular basis. And I am somebody that likes to tell people what they enjoy, what they like, what, you know, restaurant to eat at, what movie to go see. I'm just a natural talker, as you guys can tell. So, like for instance, I like Mexican food. So I'll tell people I like Mexican food. This is where I like to go eat. And that's exactly how Isagenix works. And you're just having a conversation. There's no agenda. There's no word button that you got to hit. You're not a robot. It's just a conversation with people because you're having a conversation. The world needs it, especially at this time, right? If we just all sat for a second and listened to one another, you would find that so many people have amazing stories and they're just interesting. And you never know who you're going to come across. So right now, summer is social season. There is barbecues, birthdays, cottages, and then you're at the cottage. Your friend's going to bring their new girlfriend around. Your friend's going to bring the new boyfriend around. So you got an engagement party to go when there's a whole other family you've never met. This is the time where it's like you're going to get all these invites. And even if you're like, I don't know this person, I'm not really comfortable, so-and-so is going to be there. Who cares? Just go. Just go and enjoy that moment. And I am somebody that had to step out of my comfort zone. My husband's very big in the Croatian community, and I am not Croatian whatsoever, but you would never tell. I fit in like, it's like I've always been Croatian. I learned their culture. I learned the music because I wanted to be a part of something. I got comfortable with being uncomfortable, and it actually has helped my business and helped my confidence go way up. Because now people are starting to notice that it's just like, I'm just being me. And if she can do it, I can do it. So again, these months in the summertime, we always say, oh, you know, it's summer, no one wants to cleanse, I'm not enrolling anybody new. You're going to hear that all the time, right? We all experience those times. But right now, these are the months, this is the season where you can set yourself up for fall, you can set yourself up for winter, you can set yourself up for spring. Because it's not for you to decide when people are going to start their journeys, but it is for you to decide to just put the intent out there. And when you're kind of hiding behind a computer, you're basically doing that whole 9-to-5 job boss mentality when you're just sitting there like at a cubicle. And that's exactly what we're trying to avoid. We're actually out and being ourselves. And if you have an invitation to something, just go. That's what I say to everybody. Just go. You share something all the time. And if it comes up, great. If it doesn't, oh well. But You may find a new Facebook friend. And as time goes on and you become more social and you get more comfortable in your skin, people are going to now start to be like, you're the girl that helps people lose. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. And it's happened. Last night I went to a 30th birthday party. And before it was like, you're the girl that does the sparkles. Now it's, you're the girl that can make me look good in a bikini. And it's funny how things have flipped because I've stayed so consistent. And even though it's like, I don't know this person, I don't know that person, but I'm finding that the enrollments from events that I've gone to, birthday parties, engagements, weddings, whatever, happened months ago, and they're just enrolling with me now. And it's summertime. It doesn't matter if they're going to start with you that day or if they're going to start with you months from now or years from now. And usually I find those people that come to you months later out of the woodwork. Isn't it so fantastic when you're like, I've had no enrollments, I've not no enrollments. And then all of a sudden you get that message or that phone call saying, hey, I'm ready to get started. You're like, whoa, I didn't even realize that the work was done. It just kind of came, right? You have already done that work, but then all of a sudden it just pays off for you. And it's become so exciting and inviting and exhilarating because someone is actually going to stay with you longer when they've made the decision. They've made the decision. And even though I know this week we've all been trying to hit Crystal Executive, the reset, I know it's been nuts. But when you look at their timeline rather than yours, they're going to stay with you a lot longer and they're going to trust you a lot more, right? Because we're not salespeople. We're just simply sharing a gift with people. That's it. We're sharing something that we love. Just like you would share a movie or a coffee at Starbucks, whatever the case may be. So you just want to fall in love with networking. Just fall in love with people. And you never know who's around at a party. From New York City last night. No idea who they are. But we're friends on Facebook now and Instagram and all this good stuff. And it's like, think about it. Like those people could be potential enrollments, maybe not. But if you just keep going with these events, you're going to build a network. And the number one thing you always hear is like, okay, who do you know that would want to lose weight? And because, we're trying to help people get their products paid for. Majority of the time people say, I don't know anybody or I want to get my results first. And you have to let that kind of go. But the moment that you become excited with networking, like meeting new people, like how was that barbecue? Tell me about it. Like, what happened? Like, just have that conversation. Not that you have an agenda in mind and that, okay, did you bring up Isagenix? Did you bring up Isagenix? Because then you become pretty annoying, right? And we don't want to be annoying people. We're all cool people here. So, and what I really want to say is that networking is kind of like an art form. And every artist, no piece is the same. Every painting is different. They use a different shade every time. It's just like our conversations. They're always different. And even though you meet one nurse is different from another nurse because one may be in pediatrics, one may be in cardiothoracics, or I'm not a doctor, but you know what I mean, right? Everybody's different and you're gonna have that conversation differently with everybody, which makes it so exciting. Think about that, right? It's not the same thing over and over again, repetition, routine, that sort of thing. So, and people will drop off. You're going to have people that are going to come around and they're going to drop off and they're going to say yes and they're going to say no. And then they're going to be like, but I changed my mind. But that's not, again, something that should discourage you. Okay, fine. They weren't ready to jump on full force. That's fine. There's always still more people. My advice, and I'm going to challenge everybody on this call, is when you go grocery shopping, and I'm pretty sure a majority of you do, if you're going the same time every week, like I'm cashier every time, and learn their name. Just learn their name. So I have one girl that I go to every single week. Sometimes I pull out my Cleanse for Life. Sometimes I don't. And I know her by name. And she's like, hey, Sabrina, how was your week? Good. Da, da, da. I've built this rapport with her. And it's just a relationship. And I think maybe sometimes I do make her day on a Saturday morning because I acknowledge her by her name. That's a number one thing. But if I keep going with the Cleanse for Life and stuff, she may ask me, but hey, if she sees that again, the first person she's going to think of is me, be ask me about it. And again, the ultimate goal is not to, bug people about it, but just be genuinely nice. Fall in love with meeting people. And that's just it. Most of us are going to Celebration. And let me tell you how Vegas is my spot. Okay. And I am so excited to get on that plane and just do my thing. And okay, because bling is number one over there. But I'm going to meet people, right? And I'm going to strategically place myself in places so I can meet people. And I decided to book my tickets on off times that everybody else is, because I feel like there's always the flow in Vegas. Just like you're going to have different odd times. People are going to go to Maroon 5. You're going to do this. Well, try a restaurant that's maybe a little further. You never know who you're going to meet, the server. And another thing is when you are talking to a server, always do it at the end, because you don't want to make it awkward during your meal. But ask them a question. Ask them like, oh, is this a job that you like? And we all have had this training on how to have these conversations. But listen to them, because I've heard people prospect before and they have kind of repeated themselves over and over again, and they weren't really listening to something that they're looking for. Because somebody has said, I'm studying to be a baker and I love sweets and things like that. Oh, well, you should try nutritional cleansing. What does that have to do with anything? Just be like, what's your favorite cake to bake? I don't know. Like you have to kind of go with the flow, right? And even with local restaurants, ask if the owner's there and just introduce yourself and be like, I really enjoyed my meal and the service was great. That's it. Because the next time you go in there, they're going to remember you and say, hey, Sabrina, thanks for coming back. Now you've built that relationship with the owner, right? He's going to know you by name and he's going to remember what you had. And that's how it all kind of works from there. And I'm going to start closing off now, because I know that the amazing KRISTIE is up next, and I can't wait to hear what she says. So thank you, every single person, for jumping on and letting us share our stories. So thank you.
Yay! Awesome. That was awesome. Thank you, Sabrina, so much. I love that it's not for you to decide. I think that is so, so powerful, because it really is not for us to decide. And we all know, those of us that have been here for a little while longer, we know that you never know when people are going to be ready and when it's their time. And the most important, valuable thing is just to let people know that we're here when they're ready, so that we can support them when it is their time, because I'm sure with, maybe you were one of those people who got going right away, first conversation. I know for me, it was 6 years and it was different people, right? So just being there for that. And then falling in love with meeting people. And I've just found that recently I've had a bit of a shift and a turnaround with the last 3 events were like a perfect storm of events for me. Red and White Vancouver, Red and White Toronto, and then University in Action. And I just feel like my brain completely exploded and like reinvented itself. And now I'm just so in love with the process, and cool things are happening as such a result of that. So I love that. Fall in love with meeting people, because that's what this is so about. Those were some of my takeaways, not to sort of steal the thunder, but thank you, Sabrina. Does anyone else have anything that kind of was like an aha for you with what Sabrina shared with us? She had some great tips. Feel free to unmute yourself or throw it in the chat if you want. Anything else to give back?
It's all good, Sabrina. I love it. I love the owner in the restaurant. I love the cashier. It's a great idea. Love them both. It's great.
Completely. Yeah, and KRISTIE said booking flights at off times. It's awesome. Yeah, fabulous. All right. Well, you guys.
Are there off times for Vegas though? Doesn't Vegas just like 24/7?
That's the city that never sleeps.
Well, everybody's going to be traveling at the same time to Celebration. I'm leaving on a Wednesday night before Celebration, whereas majority will be leaving Friday or Thursday because, it starts on this day. I decided to go a few days early, right? Because you never know. And the last time I went to Dallas, I sat next to a brain surgeon, right? And there was an off time. And I was like, wow, that was random. And then I had a layover, and I spoke to a girl that goes to school in Texas with a tennis scholarship. Off times. Random people will fly on off times.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, my friend. If you guys haven't checked out her creations, you got to check them out. She's she's very creative, and she's a great crafter, artist. I'm not sure what she would call her, but she's fantastic. I was admiring her shoes last time, and she didn't forget and leave them behind for me. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to introduce our next speaker who's going to share with us. So again, if you've got pens and papers, that will be amazing, because KRISTIE Shaver, this doll, she talks super fast. So get ready, because she's going to download a whole ton load of information. So KRISTIE has been with Isagenix for, I think it's 4 years, and she'll correct me if I'm wrong on that. 3 years, there you go. And she is a mom to 2 beautiful girls, and she's had one of them during her build. The other one, I think, was born just before when she got started. And she's married to her incredible husband, Morgan. KRISTIE has been, she's a jack of all trades, master of many. Sometimes you hear jack of all trades, master of none. She's master of many. This girl has done a million different things and she's mastered them all. And I absolutely love that, you know, she's able to bring all of those things that she's learned and all the different things that she's done throughout her lifetime to really excel in Isagenix, and not just for herself and for her business. If you've got to know or spend some time with KRISTIE, you know, what I love about her is that she is absolutely there to support you and your people, you know, when and where, if you ever ask. She's always wanting to share some of the things that have worked for her to really help. And that, as far as I'm concerned, really embodies the whole one team mentality. I love her passion. I love her energy. You know, her and Sabrina are both masters with you know, with the word, with the communication. And I know KRISTIE's got some incredible things to share with us as we move through the rest of the summer, which is, you know, can be a peak time for all of us if we choose it to be. And KRISTIE's going to tell us exactly how we can do that. So on that note, I'm going to pass it over to you, my dear friend KRISTIE.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is the nicest thing. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of another Start Call. You guys know I'm passionate about living a life by design instead of working to build someone else's. So I am always honored to be a part of this call. And we're going to be talking about building your business throughout the summer. So here it goes. So first point of business, why the swear word? Wouldn't you be building your business in the summer? So I don't get it. Are we seasonal? Do we only help people during sweater weather? No, yeah, here, let's help you get comfortable in that super warm sweater so that when the hot weather comes, we can ignore you, but you'll probably look good, but we don't care because it's summer and I'll be off. That's what I don't get. So let's all get something through our heads. We're a global business. So where in our summer is it winter? And where in our winter is it summer, right? It just all goes together. So I can agree that with summer weather, we're probably busier. So we'll spend more time outside. We've got barbecues, weddings, beach days, camping trips, and it all occupies our calendars. But we have to see this as the best time to build our businesses. And a lot of this is going to go with what Sabrina was talking about. So between, you know, say at a barbecue, look at all the friends that you're catching up with. And what is the first thing you say? What's new, right? It's like a perfect opportunity. What about the people that you're forced to sit with at weddings? Hi, I'm KRISTIE. Hi, hi, hi. There's like 8 people sitting with you who are brand new, right? Now there's the people you go to the beach with, or the people you meet at the beach. There's, you know, brand new camping neighbors, people who run the camps, their cleaning crews, the cashiers at the stores that sell the mosquito repellent and the toothpaste you forgot to buy. And then there's a lady who's also buying a cooler, and you find out you're both going to a site. Like we have people everywhere. Summer is the best time to build. So if there's something you guys know about me, it's that I am not a quitter. I am also not an excuse maker. So I've never wanted to quit this business. I've never had that thought cross my mind. My biggest income earning months have been in June, July, and August, and I continue to enroll people without any trouble, no matter what month it is. So why is that? It's because summer is just a season, and it's not a reason to slow my business down. So I always use, when I'm talking to my team, I use the analogy of being a farmer. So do farmers look at their calendar and go, oh, shoot, it is July the 17th. People are for sure going to want some corn next weekend. So I've got 1 week where I can get the soil ready, plant the seeds, water my crops, watch this magical corn grow, pick it, throw it into a lovely big barrel, and sell it on the side of the road. And people don't do that. So we all have to agree on something. Building this business starts with a decision. Who agrees with me? Yes. So when we decided to grow this business, we agreed to eat the product, to talk to people, to learn, to get to events, to do personal development, and duplicate, right? So with love, I asked you guys to look at your business right now and ask yourself if it's where you want to be. And if it's not, which part are you missing out on? So being consistent in your daily activities is exactly what we need to do to grow business. At Red and White, that was one of my huge aha moments as well, Tina. We learned to pick a number and stick to it, and you're committing to that number. So my number is 3, which means that each day, 5 days out of 7, I'm committed to reaching out to or connecting with 3 new people. I follow up with 3, I pour greatness into 3. And aside from that, I do what I also believe will build my business, which is I work on being a product of the product, and I pour greatness into myself. So another thing that I like to remind people of is that if you think your business isn't where it should be or where you want it to be, let's flip it and look how other people might see your business. So if you talk to me about Isagenix 4 weeks ago, and today, 4 weeks later, I've gotten all my ducks in a row, and I'm excited to get ordering and ready. I'll go to the designated product group that you use for your prospects and associates, and I'll see like this group has not been updated in well over 3 weeks. Like nobody's posting anything. I will automatically assume that you're not doing the business any longer. And even if I decide to give you the benefit of the doubt, which I try to do, and send you a private message asking if you can still get me started, I'm sure as shit not going to join the business because you're not even joining your business. So guess who else is considering giving up? Not just me, who's the new person, the prospect. Who's gonna be giving up? Your entire team, because you are taking the summer to chill out. So everyone always says at events too that, or David Wood says, most people are one conversation away from quitting, right? So what happens if you look like you've quit? All those people who are one conversation away are now giving up. You're giving them permission to stop. Because if you decide to join again on September 1st and you're all gung-ho for the fall season, these people have just lost their steam, that little bit of steam they had, right? So now this doesn't relate to everybody, of course. We're all different, but I was enrolled on the inside of an inside leg. Have I ever complained? No. I build my business by myself, left, right, and I'm hell-bent on knowing where I was going from the beginning. I knew where I was going, and that's why it grew quickly right off the hop. So my passion was through the roof. It obviously still is. And I've showed up every single day since I started. So we all need days off, right? We have vacations and things happen, but there's many times where I am gone for days at a time, but nobody knows it. My group is fully updated every single day because I set it up with Hootsuite. So in a week, my little girl, Luna, she's home with me all week because daycare is on vacation. So I'm going to have basically no time to work on my business through the day, but I set up my Hootsuite to post 3 times a day in my group, so my group is active and exciting. So let's see if we can make some agreements to go forward with the summer. So the first thing, who can agree that they're going to show up every single day? Whether you're like actually there or you're using Hootsuite, so it shows that you're there, right? What's the problem? Sorry, Nova just bit her finger or something. She's eating a Cinnabon. She obviously eats like I do. Ow. So the second thing is getting to events. Who is getting to an event? It is massive. Someone said to me, events don't build businesses. I'm like, well, no, you don't just show up and then everything happens for you. You have to put it into action. But for me, these past events, it's like Red and White Vancouver, Red and White Toronto, UIA, Maxed Out was just like bananas for me. I went crazy. And then Celebration, like I could barely stand myself. No, but if you need to go inside, please take a minute, okay? So hold on, let me just get my notes here again. So the third thing is just repeating that, right? We've got to keep doing this because if you're not getting to events and you're not being consistent, nobody on your team is doing it. So if you guys ever need any perking up, or you feel down, you feel like your business is slow, a surefire way to get pumped right back up is to pour greatness into people. Send cards of thanks to your longtime product users, send them to your business partners, but always remember your why, right? So for those of you whose why is your family, whether it's your kids, your parents, put up your hand. If your why has something to do with your family, okay? So tomorrow, when you wake up, are you gonna say, you know what, like Scott's not gonna say, you know what, my girls just, they don't really need to go to that school, like they're fine. We're doing okay. No, he's going to wake up and he's going to look at those faces and he's going to say, you deserve the life of your dreams. You deserve to be brought up in a community like this one. And I'm going to keep working so that you are always remembering that there are good people. We are good people. You can have, do, be anything you want. Look at your why. It's so, so important. And when you look at your why, summer's not going to matter, right? So I love you guys. I believe in you. And I'm going to see you guys all at the top because you guys have all committed to eat on a Sunday night. So I know that you care about your businesses. I'm looking at a few faces in the face, and you can't even see who I'm looking at right now, but I'm looking at you, and I know that you can do this. So guys, if I can ever do anything to help you or pour greatness into you, please don't be shy to just send me a message and say, hi, I need help, right? Because sometimes I also need help. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you for having me on this call.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. You guys give it up for KRISTIE and give it up for Sabrina. Whoop, whoop. Awesome. 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 Such valuable nuggets. You guys, what were some of your takeaways from what KRISTIE just shared there? Let's have some conversation. Unmute yourselves. I've muted a lot of you. So just unmute yourselves, you guys, and do a quick share what you're grateful for that KRISTIE shared. Don't be shy.
Hey, it's Heather.
Hey, Heather.
KRISTIE, you're just so awesome, and you tell it like it is, and I love you for that because, like you said, if you just are consistent, get to events and get in action, I mean, your business will always continue to grow. And like you said, and I say this to my team too, if people don't know that you're still doing it, they're not going to join you. So you need to be consistent. You don't have to like go gangbusters every day, all day long, but people need to know you're still in the business and staying consistent. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyone else? There's a couple of notes in the chat there about it's a season, not a reason. And it's so powerful because you got to plant the seeds all the time, constantly. Right?
KRISTIE, it's so true what you said about the events. I mean, the events are like, they're so key in our business. And I remember, it's funny, it wasn't something you mentioned tonight, but just on the point of events, we're working right now with a lot of our team who are still kind of on the fence with celebration. And there's two things I picked up just recently in the past couple of weeks that I thought were valuable and that we're sharing with them now. It's like, one is, if, this was late, I think we heard this at the Max Out training last weekend, was if this is, if we're working with like McDonald's or a large corporation, this AGM, and it would not be acceptable for any franchise owner to not attend the AGM. It would be an expectation that you're there. And so we're sharing that. And I'm also sharing with people that something that was shared by somebody at ICU Chicago, and they said, and it's so true, they said, not everyone in the room will earn six figures, but everyone who earns six figures will be in the room. Yeah. And I thought it was so powerful just to share that. So we're really using that right now because obviously we're constantly driving events, but I just thought those were two great takeaways and just jogged my memory tonight as you're talking about the events, about different strategies that we can use with our team to help paint that picture for them about how important events are. So thanks for sharing that.
I have to say, KRISTIE, the fact that you have your daughter and you're like, oh, she's like eating like this or whatever, that's just amazing. Like, that is something that I love because you're not this typical, okay, everything's professional. My pencils are right here and this is what's happening. This is what makes this business fun, easy, and you're including your children. And somebody who's an early childhood educator, include your children in things, right? Like, she's learning from her mom that she could be a mom and a successful business owner, and her kid could be right, you could be right beside me eating a Cinnabon and join the call. And it's just so great to see that because it makes it just so much more inviting and attractive when it becomes like kind of like a family event and a social affair. And I'm pretty sure that Scott can get in. I've seen the most adorable YouTube video of his daughter Ivy like making a shake. Cutest thing of life. Think about that. Like, that's so powerful for all those moms that are looking for a way to like earn an income while they're on mat leave or just want to stay at home and create more memories. And those are things that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. So good on you, girl. Good on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we definitely are, family business. So when we talk about our start peeps and our pre-starts and everything like that, I don't know any other business, even when I worked in, fitness full time and I was at all the fitness conferences and things like that, I don't remember seeing many kids in the room. And if I did, they weren't super content. They weren't as content as some of our ISA kids. So it's truly something. So it's fantastic. Awesome. So speaking about, oh, Nova's coming to Vegas. No way. That's awesome. I think the first, well, when I met Luna, she was at a big event and she was wearing her little headset thing. So when it comes to celebration, you guys all know, all you guys on the call here, I'm sure know that, leaders ask for what they want. And we've got a lot of people who have bought a lot of extra tickets. So if you've got someone who you'd love to get them there. And I know for myself, my first celebration, I didn't know the how of how it was going to happen, but I just knew I was going to get my butt there somehow. And the how showed up in someone, booking a flight for me on points, someone assisting me by donating a ticket so that I could get to the event. It was a free ticket. And then, we're eating ISA food. I shared room with some people for hotel room. Everything, you guys know this. I don't need to tell you guys this, but everything is possible. Anything is possible. Like we said at the beginning of the call, my girl, KRISTIE Toms, who's on here, she just decided a couple of weeks ago, she was going to make it happen. And she decided, we talked about it. We thought, well, if you get the 5-cycle bonus, there's a few different things here. And she just booked herself to go. So anything is possible. I also reached out to our leaders and I said, we've got a couple of people interested in coming. Does anyone have tickets that they would be willing to donate to leaders that are stepping up to start sharing and want to get to celebration? And we've got a lot of people out there that would be willing to donate a ticket. So don't rule any of that stuff out, because as people want to help anywhere. I've given many tickets away in my time, and certainly happy to help you guys out, even if you're looking for things for your teammates. So reach out, let's help each other. That's what we're here for. That's what it's all about. And on that note, we'll close out the call. Do you guys have any other closing thoughts before we sign off for tonight? Closing thoughts, closing comments? No? All right. All right. On that note, I'm going to say good night and thank you all very much for being here. And I really want to give a huge big thank you to Sabrina for your great information about, communicating and sharing with people and connecting. And to you, KRISTIE, for all of that valuable, info about keeping ourselves moving through the summer. It is a season, not a reason. And, we want to keep rolling. And Sarah and Jason, maybe next time we see you guys, there might be a brand new baby in tow. Who knows, right? We might have a new ISA baby. Yay. All right. Big love to all of you. I'm really, truly grateful to be partnered with all of you. Love you all. Mwah.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Thanks, Daniel.
You're welcome. Oh, we got to do a group shot. Quick. Stay on the line for 1 sec. Sorry. Let's do a quick group shot, okay? You guys here? Are you ready? Those of you hiding can come out if you want. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll do one more for good luck. Hold on. We missed a couple of people that jumped off quick. All right, everybody ready? Oh, yeah, look at the spiders. Perfect. Got it. Okay, love you guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.